Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Hey, Stephen, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, good,
All good,
Stephen.
man.
Good, Stephen. Give us your kind of reflection on the game, but also looking ahead to next week. We're rotated enough to maybe go strong against West Ham. We've obviously got the game coming up against Newcastle next week. Newcastle currently 2-1 up at half time at Wolves. Lamina did equalise for them, but a Wilson penalty put them back 2-1 up. How are you feeling about the team right now?
I have to say, overall, quite content. I think seeing the performance, seeing this getting a convincing win, seeing a lot more fluidity back in the performance was really encouraging. Sort of looking at the Sevilla game earlier this week, a return to that fluidity and a continuation of that today. I was personally really encouraged. I know you didn't want to go back to the Eddie Nketiah thing. I did just want to quickly say that I thought he was excellent today. And I know people will say it's Sheffield United, expectations, etc. I think it's interesting how suddenly when Jesus is out of the side for a period of time, suddenly we see almost a rejuvenated player. And I wonder if we all know that he's a confidence player. And now that he knows he's probably going to get a run in the team, probably going to see a better version of him. So,
That's a fair point. Do you think?
So yeah,
Do you think maybe he sees the opportunity, because I think that's a good mentality. You know, Jesus is out, there's a spot, let me try and grab it. And I can understand when Jesus is fit, but sometimes he's playing out wide. But, you know, when, you know, the three are fit, we know that's the favoured front three. I can understand why maybe he kind of struggles in that sense. But when there's a gap in the team, he does seem to really step up. We saw that in the Forest game of the opening game of the season. Arteta said he was disappointed to be left out of the Community Shield, but, you know, did really well in that game. So you're right. Maybe there's something in that.
I think so. I do think that it should be that the enthusiasm should be tempered with. He was up against two centre backs that couldn't deal with him today, and against better opposition, I think, as a lot of people correctly observe, he struggles. And so I think we know where his level is. I still think we need to get an upgrade. Actually, not an upgrade on him specifically, but I think another option through the middle, because as I think it's been mentioned before, Jesus is not reliable wise. And so I think that's an area to improve in. I also wanted to just call out Smith Rowe today. I was actually massive shocked to see starting 11. And I thought Smith had a really good game. I thought the fluidity that he brought in the midfield, I thought was fantastic. I'm really struggling with Havertz though.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump on the train of, you know, the verbal bashing that he's been getting, but the moves break down so frequently when he's in the team, and I think Arteta's flogging a dead horse with him. To be honest with you, I think he needs a period of time out, get some better coaching, get some better training, and then come back into the side when he's not going to be a detriment to our overall play.
If I have one criticism actually of Arteta today, it's one teeny tiny one, because otherwise everything got spot on. I actually think he should have given Havertz 20 minutes up top. Eddie got his hat-trick early in the game. Eddie's probably going to have to play a lot of football next week, both in the Cup and away at Newcastle. I think maybe get Eddie off, get Havertz up front, and see if that either brings him a goal or shows something more, because that's where I've been most encouraged by him, where, you know, that kind of more nonchalant language style he's got. I think that can work when there's explosive pace around you and your job is to keep it simple, knit things together. I think in a midfield where you've got Rice, you've had Partey, we had Xhaka last season, Ødegaard works his socks off. Like, Jorginho isn't mobile, but he never shies away from anything. I'm not saying Havertz does, but you are going to be exposed for not being as involved when you've got midfielders who really take responsibility. So I really think Havertz probably should have been given 20 minutes up top. That's the only slight thing. Otherwise, everything else went great.
Yeah, I have to say, James, I'm personally a massive fan of yours, following you on Forever After podcast. I think your contributions are fantastic. Turkish, you are my favourite, I have to say.
I thought I was gonna get you all right too, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
As long as it's not Lee Judges, that's all.
No comment. I do think though. I think that you're so desperate to see Havertz succeed in this team that I think sometimes we just have to call it as it is. And right now, it's not working having him in that starting 11. I know we're trying to find a place for him, a position where we're going to get the best out of him. I think it's just going to take time, and I think for Arteta's sake, because this criticism is going to get hurled at him every time you see a bad Havertz performance, and unfortunately, it's happening week on week almost. So, and you have to say, there's been a lot of arguments around the whole Raya Ramsdale sort of favouritism, fairness. I think there are other midfielders that should be given a chance way ahead of Havertz in the middle. I thought Vieira looked good when he came on today. Smith again. I think it's a hill you're going to die on alone, I'm afraid, mate, because I just don't see it working at the moment.
I hear you, mate. I hear you. What was your name again?
Stephen.
Great to chat, Stephen. Thanks for calling, mate. Do call back.
Yeah, pleasure, guys.
Yeah, love it.
Thanks, man.
Enjoy your night.